Hello and welcome to a video on War of Rights, and today we're going to be looking at the Unionists versus the Confederates for a land grab at Piper Farm. We'll be looking at both sides, both the Confederates and the Unionists. We'll be having a look at some of their tactics, we'll be looking at some of their movements on the field, and we'll be listening in to some of their commanders. We start our journey here with the Unionists on the field, preparing the troops to move in on foot to try and capture the barn from the Confederate. Here we can see one section of the Unionists are moving up on a flanking position. They're trying to get two of their sections on each side of the barn, as it appears that the Confederates have already dug in. The plan is to get along this wall and have a pincer movement before they split off into a smaller scouting unit that they will send up to the barn to find out the number of Confederate that are already dug in.
Put on your bayonets, put on your bayonets, put on your bayonets.
Probably no. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something.
Hey, wait a minute, officer. You know how they're all over there, right? And they don't know we're here. How about we just bayonet guys and just come and just catch them by surprise?
Oh, we're gonna make a scouting move. We're gonna go up there.
Alright, the rest stay here, rest stay here. No, rest stay here. The rest of you guys stay here.
So they've already decided to have a scouting unit. They're going to be moving up towards the barn now to see the numbers of the Confederates at the far side. But what they don't know is the Confederates are dug in a really brilliant defensive position. They also don't notice a lone scout moving on the right-hand side through the cornfield to move up to two other scouts, meaning their position and their location has already been found out on the field. This is the view from the far side of the barn, with the scouts being on our right-hand side. As you can see, the Confederates have dug in a great position and have already killed one of the scouts here. Now, it looks like the Unionists, although they now know where the Confederates are not really quite sure what to do, as this is a brilliant defensive line, and they will be heading back towards the main line to meet up with the rest of the section.
Don't waste your shots. They have to come to us.
The Confederates now really just need to dig in and hold off these two angles. But as you can see down at the bottom right here, we have a Unionist, a lone scout here who's come out probably to check numbers and interfere and bug them. But the chances of this guy getting away with a kill are going to be greatly reduced here. Let's just see if this guy can make it. Medals, port and tea for this guy if he does. Wasn't really surprising, was it? It was extremely overnumbered. As we go over to the other side of the map, you can see the other side of the Unionists here out in the field, just waiting. There's not a lot they can do unless these guys rush, but let's just have a little listen in and see what they're talking about.
Okay. Alan, do you want me to go on a suicide? See what's happening?
Is that our flag? Not yet. We'll see. Hopefully the rebels would have forgotten us. Hey boys, come on me.
Push forward, boys.
It does look like they're starting to push up slightly. It was interesting that they called the Confederates rebels. Depends on which side you're on, of course.
Move forward more. Friendly, huh?
When I press T, there's like two flags to the right.
With the Confederates so well dug in here, these guys are out in the open now. Now they can get behind some of these old cannon placements for a little bit of cover, but it looks like they're fighting on two fronts here. To their right and directly to their front, you can see the Confederate flag out there. And here these guys are, but however said that, they stood out in the open. They haven't really got any cover, and they're going to be taking some casualties here before they move off.
All right, man, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to go to the right side. Shift right. Go. Hold up. Right, reload.
Come on.
You can see those Confederates are now moving at the top of the screen over to the edge of the field behind the cannons, which means that the Confederates and the Unionists are basically fighting directly at each other while the barn on the right hand side is not getting any contact whatsoever. So the chances of them taking this now, I'm afraid, I think the Confederates are really going to wipe up here.
Wait, officer! Evan, where's Evan? Where's the officer? Evan?
Moving back to the barn now on the contested area, you can see there is 5 or 6 of the Unionists here actually holding off and trying to fight and contest this area. But again, the Confederate is so well dug in here that all they need to do is pull that section back at the top north of the map back around for a flanking maneuver, and I think the Unionists would have to call this a day due to their massive amount of the body count. And it looks like that's exactly what they have done. As the troops are cheering and chanting, you can see the Confederates have actually done a flanking maneuver around the back, as I said they would. And they have absolutely wiped the floor with the Unionists. This is a terrible defeat here for the Unionists, but what an amazing victory for the Confederates. There are some Unionists still out on the perimeter, so let's take a look and see what they're doing. The original section that was on this wall was absolutely decimated, and as you can see, we just have 2 lone soldiers looking at the barn, probably not really sure what to do at this point. As the Confederates, again, they just sit, they just wait in case there's any other counterattacks by the Unionists.
Are we doing volley?
Tell you what, load and hold. Load and hold. Everybody load and hold.
Load and hold, boys. Load and hold. Ceasefire.
Back with the Unionists now, and as you can see in the orchard, there has been an absolute massacre here of troops and men fallen here on the field, but it doesn't look like they're going to go out without a fight. So it looks like the end result of this has been an overwhelming win for the Confederates, with the Union needing to really fall back, lick its wounds and regroup. Just as we thought the fight was over, the Unionists are deciding to regroup and push forward. But to bring this story to a close, it didn't go well for the Unionists, and the Confederates put the flag up and dominated the area. You can't win every single fight, but I hope you've enjoyed this video nevertheless. If you'd like me to create some more videos like this, please do leave a comment, like, share and subscribe. Leave me a comment on what you think could improve these videos, or anything that you'd like me to look at, or anything you think that we can do to improve the video. Thanks for watching. I'm sure we will see each other on the battlefield again in the future. Bye bye.